Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So now we proceed with the second video for chapter 5. Okay, we are still in chapter 5, which is the chapter for time series. Okay, so actually this syllabus is for week 11. Okay, in video week 10, I had explained to you about seasonal variation, but that's not involving the formula for S. Okay, so now we flash back what is seasonal variation. Okay, the pattern for seasonal variation is the change which are repeated from year to year. Okay, usually they are because of the weather and because of the holiday that occur during the course of a year. Okay, for example, as I mentioned in the previous video, for example, school holiday season or raining season in Malaysia. Okay, that's included in seasonal variation. Okay, seasonal variations are upwards or it can be downward swings in the value of the data around the trend line. Usually, it is repeated on a regular basis. Okay, so to calculate the seasonal variation, we need to find the difference between observed data value and trend value. Okay, as I mentioned in the previous video, there are two mathematical models which are commonly used in estimating seasonal variation. The first one is the additive model, and the second one is the multiplicative model. But we only discuss in our syllabus about the multiplicative model. Okay, so this is the formula for seasonal variation. Okay, S equals Y divided by T multiply with 100. Okay, Y is the sales. Okay, Y is the sales and T is the trend. So sales divided by trend and multiply with 100. Okay, then we have other subsequent formulas. Okay, the first one is the correction factor. Okay, the formula is the required total divided by sum of average. Okay, sum of the average. And formula for seasonal index, okay, SI is average multiply with the correction factor. Okay, look at this example. Okay, this is the same example which is in the previous video. Okay, in example 2 in previous video. So we are going to use the same table. Okay, so here I have copied back all the values that we have discussed in the previous video. So this is the column for moving average 4. Okay, moving average 4, and then this is the column for calculation the trend, okay, T. So here we add another column for the calculation of seasonal variation. Okay, this is the formula, Y divided by T multiply with 100. So here our Y is in the third column. So Y is the number of sales. Okay, sales. So ni lah sale dia kat sini. So we need to calculate Y divided by T. So our Y is here divided by T, and then multiply with 100. Okay, here in this column you can see that we only have the values for trend. For this one, the trend is 40.13 is for quarter 3 of year 2008. Okay, and we have the value for quarter 4 2008. Okay, quarter 1 2009 and quarter 2 2009. Okay, so we only can calculate the seasonal variation for these 4 quarters only. Okay, so let's calculate the seasonal variation for quarter 3 of 2008. So the formula is y divided by t. So here our y is 25, and then divide by 40.13, and then times with 100. So the answer is 62.229 2975. Okay, next for quarter 4 2008, our y is 37, and then divide by 40.75, multiply with 100. So the answer is 90.7975. And then the third one is the calculation for seasonal variation for quarter 1 of 2009. So the value of y is 64, divided by 39.75, multiply with 100. Okay, 161.0063. And then the last one is 31 divided by 39.85, multiply with 100. So the answer is 77.7917. Okay, so the results are obtained above in this table. So to remove the residual variation and to obtain the seasonal component, we need to find the average of this variation. Okay, we need to find the average of the values of variation that we get. Okay, if the sum of the average is not equal to the required total, which is 400, okay, because we have 4 quarters, so kita punya sum of the average must be 400. But if the sum of average is not equal to 400, so we need to do some adjustment. Okay. Okay. So ini sambungan dia. So based on the seasonal variations value that we got in the previous table, so in quarter 3, okay, quarter 3 of 2008, okay, quarter 3 of 2008, dia punya seasonal variation that we got is 62.29 tadi 2975. And then for quarter 4 2008, 90.7975. And then for first quarter 2009, okay, seasonal variation ini value yang kita kira tadi lah 161.0063. And for second quarter, okay, this value. So for seasonal variation, we didn't have the values for first quarter and second quarter 2008, okay, as well as third quarter and fourth quarter 2009. So we consider here as null. Okay, and then we need to find the total of each column. So for this column, for the first quarter, okay, total dia kat sini 161.0063. Here the total is 77.7917. The total is here plus with 0, so 62.2975. And the total here in the fourth quarter is 90.7975. Okay, then we need to find the average. Okay, average for each column. So yang ni ada satu value saja, so average is the value itself. So kalau you have two values, so you need to total that two values and then divide by 2. Tapi kat sini kita ada one value only, so this value divide by 1, so it is equal to itself lah. Okay, so the average ni pun sama juga. Okay, pun sama average, and then this one is also the same. Okay, so we need to sum up, okay, the average. Okay, ni sum dia, sum. So kita tambah 4 average tu to know whether the average is equals 400 or not, because 400 is our required total. Okay, because we have 4 quarters, so our required total is 400. So if the sum of the average is not equal to 400, so we need to do some adjustment. So what is the total? 161.0063 plus 77.7917 plus 62.2975 plus 90.7975. So the sum is 391.893. So it is not total to 400, so we need to do adjustment. Okay, so to do the adjustment, okay, so to calculate the adjustment, we need to use the formula for correction factor as in the previous slide. Okay, the formula for correction factor is required total divide by sum of average. Okay, divide by sum of average. So our required total is 400, divide by our sum of average is here 391.893. So it is equal to 1.0207. Okay, so that's the value of our adjustment. So sepatutnya dekat sini row yang ni kita merge kan lah. So the adjustment is same for all the quarters here. So adjustment ataupun correction factor, our correction factor is 1.0207. Okay, so ini patutnya merge column yang ni. Okay, so our adjustment is 1.0207 or the correction factor. Okay, so dah dapat correction factor, we need to calculate our new seasonal index. Okay, so the formula is as stated in the previous slide, okay, which is the average multiply with the correction factor. Okay, so here in the first quarter, our average is here 161.0063, and then multiply with our correction factor, which is 1.0207. So our new seasonal index here for the first quarter is 164.3391, and then we calculate for the second quarter 77.79117 multiply with the correction factor. So the new seasonal index for the second quarter is 79.402. Okay, and then we proceed for the calculation of third quarter and fourth quarter. Okay, for the third quarter, the answer is 63.5801, and fourth quarter $92.677. So this is how to interpret the seasonal index. Okay, your statement should be like this. Okay, the y is the sales of item of the what season is how many percent above or below the trend. So for example, for the first quarter, our seasonal index is 164.3391. So there is an increasing, okay, increasing here. So what is the percentage of the increasing value? We need to calculate it. 100 subtract with 3391. So yang ni 100 this value, okay, subtract with 100. So the percentage is 64.34%. Okay, above the trend. And then for the second quarter, the number of glove produced for the second season is, okay, so here our seasonal index is 79.402. So we need to subtract it with 100. So here we have 20.6% below the trend. Okay, and then for third quarter, okay, 100 subtract with 63.5871. So here we have 36.4% below the trend. Okay, and for the fourth quarter is also below the trend because the value is less than 100. So how many percent? 100. Okay, subtract with 62.677. So here we have 7.323%. Okay, below the trend. Okay, next we move on to the next subtopic in this chapter, okay, which is the forecasting. Okay, so we want to forecast the y. Y is the sale for the time period T using this formula. Y equals T multiply with SI. T is the trend, S is the seasonal index, divide by 100. Okay, so how to find T? Okay, T is the formula which we learned in the previous video. Okay, the last trend value plus the increment times n. Okay, so we have learned this formula in video week 10. So the example is in this question. Okay, this table shows us the quarterly sales for Toys International for the year of 2001 until 2005. Okay, for 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer and fall. Okay, so question A, we need to determine a quarterly seasonal index for each quarter and interpret the result. Ini macam yang tadi lah, example yang tadi. And then question B, we need to forecast the sale for the winter and spring season for the year 2007. Okay, so here in this table we didn't have the data for year 2007. So question B needs us to forecast the sales for the year of 2007 in winter and spring. Okay, so kita solve question A and B. Okay, so this is the question, and the solution, we need to show our solution in the table like this. Okay, so first we need to transfer all the data given into this this new table. So in 2001, the first quarter, which is the winter, the sale is right here, 6.7. So here we write again 6.7. So we just need to transfer all the data into this table. So spring is 4.6, summer 10.10, 12.7, and then for 2002, winter, spring, summer, fall, 2003, winter, spring, summer, fall. Okay, and then for 2004, winter is 7.0, 5.5, 10.8, and fall is 15.0. Okay, 15.0. Okay, so these are the data that I had transferred in this new table. So then we need to calculate the moving average for quarter. Okay, ingat balik yang kita belajar dalam video lecture in week 10. So kita kena ambil yang the first 4. So write the result in this row. 6.7 plus 4.6 plus 10 plus 12.7 divided by 4. So I just write the answer here without the working solution. Okay, 7.5, and then the second 4 is right here. 4.6 plus 10 plus 12.7 plus 6.5 divided by 4. So here 8.45, and then we need to fill in completely this column. Okay, so here I have filled in all the required value in the second and in the fourth column. Okay, and then we need to calculate the centered moving average. Okay, so first here 8.5 plus 8.45 divided by 2. So we need to calculate and find the average. So the answer is 8.457, and we need to do for the rest row here in the entire column. Okay, so these are value for centered moving average in the fifth column. Okay, and then we need to calculate the seasonal variation using the formula y divide by t and then multiply with 100. So this is our y and this is our t. Okay, y divided by t multiply with 100. Okay, so we only have the trend for summer 2001. Okay, starting from summer 2001 until until spring 2006. So let's calculate the seasonal variation. Okay, the first one is for summer 2001, 10 divided by 8.475, then times 100. So here we have the value set 117.9941. Okay, and then we need to fill in the rest. Okay, here I have filled all the values for the last column, which is the values of seasonal variation. So what we are going to do next is we need to transfer all the values for seasonal variation into this table. Okay, so starting from summer 2001 until spring 2006. So spring 2006 is 61.5385. Here 80.1001. Fall 2005 146.64898, and so on. Okay, so these are all the seasonal index value that I had transferred in this new table. So next we need to calculate the total, average, the adjustment or the correction factor, and also the seasonal index. Okay, first we need to total by column. So the first one is for column winter, 77.1513 plus all the values in the first column. So this is the answer, 383.3386. To 88.0199. Okay, so we want to calculate the average. So the average for winter is 383.3386 divided by 1 2 3 4 5 divided by 5. Okay, so the average is 76.6677. Okay, so for the spring, uh, 57.604. Divided by 5, 114.4047, and lastly is 152.2490. So we need to sum up the average here. Tambahkan average semua sekali. So we need to know whether it is equal 400 or not. If it is not equal to 400, we need to do the adjustment. So for the total or for the sum, I got 400.92454. So it is not exactly equal to 400. So we need to do the adjustment. So how to calculate the adjustment? Or the correction factor. Okay, correction factor. The formula is the required total. So in this question, our required total is 400. So divide by the total of the average, 400.9254. So it is equal to 0.9977. Okay, so the adjustment is 0.9977. So ini samalah semua sama. Okay, next, calculate for the seasonal index. Okay, so average multiply with the correction factor. Okay, so here the answer is 4914. Okay, next. $75.4715. Then 114.1416. And 151.8988. Okay, so that's the answer for question A. And next, we move on to question B. We need to forecast the sale for the winter and spring season of the year 2007. Okay, 2007. Here, 2007. So in winter and spring, what is the seasonal index and the trend? So the formula for forecast sale is T times with the seasonal index, I ataupun SI, seasonal index, divide by 100. So seasonal index for winter. Okay, so seasonal index for winter is right here, 76.4914, and seasonal index for spring is right here. So we need to write it again. Okay, next we need to find the trend. Okay, trend. So the formula for trend is last trend value plus increment times n. So in order to find T, we need to find the increment first. And the formula for increment is what we have learned in the previous video. Okay, last trend minus first trend divide by n minus 1. Okay, so we need to refer our first table. What is our last trend and the first trend? Trend. Okay, trend is T. Okay, so here is our first trend, 8.475, and our last trend is right here. Okay, 10.075. Okay, so 10.075 divided by 8.475. minus divide by n minus 1. So what is our n? We need to calculate here. Okay, this is our n. Okay, for t trend ada berapa? So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. So 20 minus 1. So this is the value of our increment, 0.08421. Okay, so insert this value into this formula to find the forecast trend. Okay, so for 2007. Okay, so first we calculate the forecast trend for winter 2007. So the last trend value is 10.075 plus the increment times, okay, what is our n? Okay, winter 2007 is located here. Winter, spring, summer, fall. Okay, so since winter is right here, it is 1 2 3 times away from the last trend value. So this is our last trend value. So 1 2 3, and then we arrive to the winter. So winter is 3 times away from our last trend value. So our n is 3. Okay, for forecasting the trend for winter 2007. Okay, winter 3, so n is 3. So kita kira kat sini. Okay, so the answer is 10.3276. Okay, that's the trend, forecasting trend for winter 2007. And then to forecast the trend for spring 2007, so this time our n will be 4. So 4 times with the increment and then plus with the last trend value. So the answer will be 10.6644. And then if we need to forecast the sale, okay, sale for 2007's winter and spring, we need to use this formula. Okay, T times with the seasonal index and then divide by 100. So here is 7.9 and $9.13. Okay, so it means that in in spring and winter 2007 the sales will be ini forecast saja ramalan, okay, 7.9 and 6.13. So kiranya dekat sini 2007 in winter will be for berapa tadi? Winter 7.9, spring 6.13. Okay, 7.9, 6.13. Okay, itu yang diramalkan lah for the sales or in the year of 2007 for winter and spring. Okay, so that's how we conduct this method with using a moving average. First, we find the trend value, seasonal variation, and then we can look at right here. We found the seasonal index. Okay, right here in this table, and then how to calculate the increment, correction factor, and the forecast and how to forecasting the trend value. Okay, trend value and forecast the sales. Okay, so we have solved this question, and then okay, so this is the end of our chapter 5. Okay, chapter 5. Thank you for listening for both videos, the first part and second part of chapter 5. So if you have any question, feel free to ask me anytime in Telegram channel. Okay, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.